morning, CTE students and staff. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2025. I'm Herman Wilson.
And I'm Layla Ali.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please continue standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated.
The Latinos Unidos Club is looking for students who are interested in dancing for the upcoming Hispanic Heritage Month showcase. If you are interested, please reach out to Mrs. Beaver, Miss Mora, or Miss Garcia.
On April 9th during Flex Time, there will be a health presentation done by squad leaders. This is an activity sponsored by Grupo Alianza and the Latinos Unidos Club. Students who attend will receive a raffle ticket for a chance to win several $100 gift cards. To sign up, simply go to your Flex account and search for the name Squad Líderes Presentation. If you have any questions, please reach out to Mrs. Beaver or Mrs. Mora.
The Teacher Academy is proud to sponsor its first kindergarten boot camp to help rising kindergartners build essential reading readiness skills through fun and engaging activities. This special event, in partnership with several shops, will create an unforgettable experience for the community. This boot camp will take place April 5th from 10 a.m. through 3 p.m. If your shop or class wants to host an age-appropriate station, please get in touch with Dr. Hollis in B106. She would love to collaborate and make this an enriching event for everyone.
Today's Women's History Month fact: Sylvia Rivera was a Venezuelan Puerto Rican trans woman who was one of the original activists who spoke up for trans people during the gay rights movement. She participated in the Stonewall Uprising, launched the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries STAR organization in 1970, which provided aid and shelter for trans youth living in New York City, and fought for transgender people to be included in New York's Sexual Orientation Non-Discrimination Act.
Today's motivational quote is by Eleanor Roosevelt. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
Students, please stay in your assigned areas during lunch periods, not the hallways.
Students and staff, please do not let people in the building. Doors are locked for a reason. Send them to the main office to sign in.
Teachers and staff, would you like to promote an upcoming event, have an update on a recent event, or a sports update? If so, please send announcements to Courgarcast at ncvt.k12.de.us by 7:30 the night before you want it to run. Additionally, please send emails as written text, not flyers. Coaches, you have until 7 a.m. the day of the announcements to submit your information. Thank you. Please visit our YouTube page, Del Castle Digital Media, to watch Courgarcast live and to see other digital media productions. Our purpose is to set you up for success. Your purpose is to learn and grow. Together we continue the Del Castle tradition. Have a great day, Cougars.